Leaders in Newport News are hoping to keep students busy all year round and ultimately help them be successful too.
This morning, Congressman Bobby Scott learned more about the effort that the city's Summer Training and Enrichment Program, or STEP, is doing in that city. 13 News Now reporter Nico Clemens has the story.
Gets them on the right track. It's easier to keep them on the right track.
Congressman Bobby Scott says investing in young people makes a difference. He's here in Newport News to discuss how this community can support young people through a summer jobs program. Programs like the Summer Training and Enrichment Program, or STEP.
It gives them summer opportunity to do something constructive.
The goal of STEP is to introduce young people into the working environment. The program offers paid work experience, field trips, workshops, and many more resources. More than 400 students participated in STEP this year.
And other opportunities they have during the summer will keep them up, and that can virtually eliminate the achievement gap.
Congressman Scott says research shows summer jobs reduces crime. He highlighted a 2017 study in Chicago where it shows summer programs reduced violent crime arrest among at-risk youth by 42%.
We found that in Chicago they did a study and found that the summer jobs program reduced crime so much that they saved more money than they spent.
Youth gang and violence prevention manager for Newport News, Miranda Eccles, says they're searching for more private partners to expose young people to other opportunities. Congressman Scott introduced the Opening Doors for Youth Act in 2017. This legislation would authorize more than $1 billion for summer jobs over 4 years.
For low-income students, when they leave school, if they don't do something constructive, they come back to school 2 months worse off than they left.
And that's why he's stressing the importance of summer programs. In Newport News, Nico Clemens, 13 News Now.